let's talk more about dealing with frustration and disappointment. Now, I said originally I was going to make 3 videos about this subject. I also promised you I was going to share a technique that was given to me by someone who's very successful. It turns out that doesn't naturally fit into any of the other areas, so I'm going to make a 4th video to pop on the end of this one just to complete this little series for you. What I'm going to talk about today is as much about a strategy and an attitude as it is about a technique. I'm going to talk about somebody who I know. This is a real person, and in a lot of ways this person has quite a privileged life. They get to eat in great restaurants, they get to go to all the best tourist attractions, and they get to go to the ballet and the opera and the theatre and sit in the best seats and see people who are considered to be the best performers in the world. But despite having what to most people would be a privileged life, they seem to live in a state of constant disappointment. And a conversation with them might go something like this. You went to that restaurant last night. What was that like? Well, you know, I wanted to sit by the river and there was only seats inside. And I had the steak and it just wasn't quite cooked the way that I expected it to be. And I've been looking forward to this for so long. And I just feel a little bit disappointed. Okay. So last week you went to visit the Taj Mahal. What was that like? Well, the queues were longer than I expected them to be, and we didn't get as much time inside as I would have liked. And I expected it to be this gleaming white colour, but it was a little bit dirtier than I thought it was going to be. It wasn't quite as bright, and I've been looking forward to this for a long time, and I feel a bit disappointed, really. Okay, so tell me about when you went to the theatre last week. Well, we got some great seats. But there was 2 people who play the lead, and depending on what night you go, you get a different person. I really wanted to see person A playing the lead, and it was person B. And I've been looking forward to this for such a long time, and I feel quite disappointed. You've probably noticed the pattern here. It's like this person is always looking forward to the future. It sounds to me like they've taken a mental snapshot of how the world needs to be, and they put it somewhere over here. And then when life delivers them something that doesn't quite match what they were expecting, they get themselves to feel disappointed as a result. And life's not like that, is it? None of us have a crystal ball where we can accurately predict what's going to happen. So if we set up a scenario that this has got to happen in order for us to feel happy and fulfilled, it's not going to happen, and we're going to set ourselves up for a life of frustration and disappointment. It seems to me this is all about where you set your standards and your expectations. If you set your standards and your expectations too low, then you're going to put up with poor service and bad quality. But if you set your standards and expectations too high, life can never deliver them, and you will live a life of frustration and disappointment. It seems to me that a better strategy would be to figure out where you are now and then set the bar 10% higher than that, because 10% more is achievable. And it's the process that you go through as you continue to push yourself and to grow and to learn and to develop new skills and to become better. That's where the satisfaction comes from. And the fulfillment comes from achieving the high expectations that you set for yourself and then raising the bar even higher. By following this strategy, you're going to set yourself up to live a life of fulfillment and satisfaction and happiness.